Live for the second time on the dugout. Our first attempt was a failure. Why? This is something. No. Why is the net issue?
Heavy rains.
No. Why are there heavy rain?
Because it's Friday the 13th.
30.
There you have the answer. We spent 5 minutes in our first or our previous live discussing today being Friday the 13th. We're not going to discuss again why our Chole Bhatures got cancelled today, which were scheduled, which we had been waiting for 1 week. Eventually got no time to taste it. And are we fine this time? Shivam, before we go ahead, are there any complaints? Are there any lag? Nothing? Stream is okay? Excellent connection. Second time lucky for us. So, the first attempt of embarrassing Shashwat was a failure. Now, hopefully, our second attempt is going to be a success.
No, but again, a sign that Friday the 13th is not lucky because we weren't able to go go live the first time itself.
That we already discussed.
You did a Harshit now.
Abhi to I said.
I'm just trying to delay my embarrassment.
You answered that question where I said, why were we not able to go live? He gave one reason, I said no. He gave 2 reasons, I said no. I said 3 reasons, you gave the answer. And now you are saying again the same thing.
Why do you have to do a Shreyas Iyer all over again? Short ball, what gets out on the full ball? Why?
Yeah, that does happen with him.
So what happened before we get and dive into our topic today? Friday the 13th happened to Shreyas?
No. I wouldn't blame that to the Friday the 13th.
Acha.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
I think things are not fine with him mentally. I wouldn't even go mentally, as in he needs to sort things out for himself first, because I feel not being in this test side, I think, has impacted him and should have been. Was definitely a shocker for him, because everyone here was expecting him in that side. Even he for himself, I think he was expecting himself to be in that side, but because it wasn't there, now I think he's just his mind is just.
I want to break down Shashwat's comment. First is that he is not mentally fine. That's what he claims. That I'll get to later.
That's what I think. I don't claim it.
It's your claim, na? Second bit, he says, everyone here was expecting him to be in the test side. That was his second line. Please start with everyone here. Were you expecting him to be in the test side? I waited for your. No. Were you expecting him to be in the test squad? Was I expecting him to the test squad? No. We picked our test squad and he was not there in that. If you had asked anybody to pick the test squad other than you, Mr. Shashwat, nobody had picked him. So, how does that impact him? He would have also known that he was out. Okay, for whatever reason, he was sent into exile or a punishment for indiscipline, whatever be the reason. But he knew after that to make a comeback would have been tough, especially after what Sarfaraz did, after what Jurel did, after Pant's coming back into the team, after what KL Rahul had been doing, and KL also was out because of injury. How is it that he saw himself there? I don't think he was 100% sure of making the squad himself. He would have been hopeful like anybody. I don't think he would have been 100% sure. And if he's not 100% sure, how can this bring him down mentally? This is like saying, if tomorrow Virat Kohli is dropped, that he's a surety, he was not picked. So how is that the issue? Please find a better excuse to justify his.
No, see, we were not. He did not make the team because we were just coming down to 15 people. But the fight for the 15th person was between Shreyas and Aksar that day. So the 15th spot was the main concern, and the main fight was for the 15th spot. So he was definitely the 16th person.
No, that is because you got him in the 15th in the list. Let me.
But you said that you won't see the team.
I will just tell you. We also assumed that there will be 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah.
They picked 4.
Yeah.
That is another thing. And the fight that was happening was for a middle order batter. Right. There are, by the way, one of the most unluckiest person not to make the squad is Devdutt Padikkal.
Yep.
He got a 90 odd in the one test match that he played. He's getting runs here also. He's not even in the conversation right now. Why? He should be in conversation.
He should.
You pick him or not, nobody justified or nobody fought against that. Why is he not picked? Everyone understood, because there has to be a logic. No, we cannot sit here and criticize everything that a selector does. Selectors also have a compulsion, and this is one very interesting thing that a selector once told me, which is good, that you guys criticize isko nahi liya. That's okay. But when you criticize इसको नहीं लिया, please also come up with solution कि हम किसको बाहर करते तो किसको लेते. It's very easy to say why this player should have been taken. Okay, fine. Then if you are saying that, then tell me the 15 that if you were to make, who would have gone out. So you explained to me that if a Devdutt Padikkal did not make, we all kind of agreed because of the fact that there were other performers and in that pecking order he had fallen. He is a bit behind. He may still go up going in the future, who knows. Right now he was behind, we accepted it. But why is it so tough to accept for even a Shreyas Iyer that now because of the circumstances that he was out, he'll have to bide his time to come back, and the only way he can come back is if he scores runs, not by, what was the score today?
Today, Shreyas Iyer made 0 of 7.
No, but I feel that even to go ahead, I think Shreyas Iyer should be ahead of a Padikkal also, even though Padikkal has scored runs in that game, in the one game he played, and now today also he has scored 90 odd runs.
92.
92
Yeah.
And why I feel that is because I feel that the rope should be longer for Shreyas Iyer. Like we discussed that day also, he did not go out of the team because of lack of form. It was because he was punished for reasons I did not agree to at that point also, because that then also he played two Ranji Trophy games. But even though he was sort of not there in the team, that wasn't because of his performance. It's just been one or two, the England series where he had a dip of form. And other than that, he has not played that much that you suddenly drop him and you get in a Devdutt Padikkal ahead of him, seeing two performances of Devdutt Padikkal. So for me, anyway, Shreyas Iyer is ahead of him.
I'll come to you, Siddharth. But before that, I sometimes feel that I'm sure Shreyas Iyer must hope that I wish Shashwat was the selector. Because if it was, there are only two ways he's coming back. Either you're the selector or rating him that highly, or he becomes a 6'4" off spin bowler that impresses the selectors so much. And he gets direct entry. Yes, please.
Yeah. See, any which ways, he was out of form. He did not do well in the South Africa Test matches also, and in the England couple of games that he played, there were no runs at all. So overall, if you say, then there was obviously KL Rahul who had done his chances no harm by scoring that 100 in South Africa and that 86 in the first test in Hyderabad, I think, if that's the venue. So he was obviously ahead in the pecking order, and then
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul, yeah.
I'm talking about Padikkal and Shreyas.
But
What
again,
I'm saying-
small sample size, different situation.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it. Why is everyone so much against
No, we
Shreyas
are
Iyer?
not
nobody
against
is.
him.
No,
It's
See,
about-
the
we
fact
just
is we
pinpointing the numbers.
actually considered, when we were picking a 15,
Yeah.
wasn't he one of our contenders?
Yeah, he was the whole thing is that
Nobody's
he
against
just played 14 matches, and that too not on a regular
What is the
basis.
Senna average?
It's 19.
Eh?
Yeah.
No, 15.
Yeah, he is
14, 15, yeah. But
KL's was 29, Shreyas's was 15.
and he had the gall to say, same hi to hai.
No.
What is the difference? I said it's double.
KL has multiple match-winning hundreds in Sena.
No, but he was saying average also. Forget the 100. I said, what is it? He said 15. So what is the difference? 15, 29, same thing.
No,
What double kar do 15 ka it becomes.
He listens a lot to Shreyas Iyer. Na? Remember that press conference in Mumbai? That short ball problem?
Oh.
What problem? So this is the same average. What average?
No, I think
15, 29. बात तो सही है.
Nothing is going right for him right now. And on the basis of 14 matches, I don't think you cannot be dropping him and just moving ahead with a Padikkal in that sense.
No. That I agree with you. It's a fair point. See, I don't think you should shun him.
Yeah.
He was being considered as a future captain. He's right now also captaining Duleep Trophy team, which is giving an indication that he's in the scheme. Nobody's denying that. By the way, the fact that despite that quote unquote indiscipline from him, they've still got him into the scheme of things, means that they see a future for him. I'm not there. But the competition for slots is so tough that if you missed out for whatever reasons, and there was nobody else responsible for it but himself, where he was not really keen to be playing red ball cricket, and that was a truth that was laid bare in front of all of us with your intention. You can be a lover of his batting or an admirer of his batting, that's all great. But you cannot deny the fact that there was a callousness, casualness that he displayed towards red ball cricket.
Yeah.
It was there. So there are reasons because of which he went a couple of steps behind in that race. He could still come back. Of course he can. With runs, if he plays well, he has enough years ahead of him, he can still come back. But you would also have to accept and honor or reward those players that have not, in that sense, been indisciplined, have not been casual about their love for red ball cricket, and are applying. If they are applying, then they should be given that 1 or 2 steps.
Exactly.
And I think Devdutt Padikkal is one of those.
No, I'm agreeing to your thing. See, I do agree. Okay, for whatever reasons he was punished. Was it right? Was it wrong? That's a different thing. He was punished. Once you go.
Why was it wrong?
I
Give me one reason why it was right.
See, no, why it was wrong according to me.
Why it was wrong?
For me, why it was wrong? Yeah, definitely he gave that statement that he's not fit to play more than 30 balls at one go. But you have to remember, before that series started, the England series, he was the only one who played domestic cricket for Mumbai. And then after that, once he was dropped from the team. And then Rahul Dravid said that Ishan Kishan needs to tell us that he's fit by playing domestic cricket. He again played domestic cricket. He played the semi-final for Mumbai while he was dropped from the Indian side also.
But also missed game.
He missed one game. But that's
the thing, no, because see, whatever Serena, it feels like you are doing it to tick a box.
Yeah.
Just tick a box, I've come. And there was enough reportage to suggest that it was
definitely. But what I'm trying to get to right now in terms of Padikkal here is that Shreyas Iyer now, okay, I'm saying that he was sort of punished. Okay, he was punished, he was not being picked, he was not given the contract and all of that. Once you got him back in the Duleep Trophy, that meant that his and Ishan Kishan's punishment is over. Yeah. Now suddenly you cannot go. You did not pick Shreyas Iyer. That's fine. But if you pick if you go on to pick Devdutt Padikkal now before Shreyas Iyer, why that would be wrong? Because again we are judging Devdutt Padikkal on 2 innings. And we are discarding Shreyas Iyer.
That is, but you are saying that this means the punishment is over. Yes, it is over. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that give you an automatic place in the team. What is the punishment?
Ahead of Devdutt Padikkal. Devdutt Padikkal shouldn't be ahead of him.
But that is okay, fine. That can be an argument. You may think he may not be. I may think that's another argument that you can debate. I don't think there is anything to suggest that Devdutt Padikkal should not be ahead. Maybe. What you're saying is also right. Maybe Shreyas should be ahead. But he is doing his credentials no good by the knocks that he is playing. And if there is even a debate and they were neck and neck, I'm afraid that distance will keep increasing with the performances that you're seeing.
But so isn't that the exact thing that we sort of don't like? Consistency, the inconsistency in the team. We will be picking Devdutt Padikkal on the basis of 2 innings before the Dharamshala test.
Baba, I'm sorry, you think he came into the Indian test squad, Devdutt Padikkal on the basis of 2 innings? So the fact is that how did he come into the Indian team?
With the great years,
exactly. So don't please judge his thing by 2. He has spent years to reach there. Once he's reached there, then you are saying 2 innings. So it's not 2 innings. There are 50 innings plus 2 innings. That's what you are looking at.
There was an early push for Devdutt Padikkal to be included in the India side after the 2020 IPL.
Yeah.
But when did he make his debut? 5 years later.
Exactly.
Because,
wide ball, na?
But still, he had to show his mettle in red ball cricket also. And he came at a time when domestic cricket was not happening. Remember, the 2021 edition was totally cancelled in India. You couldn't host any domestic games. So 1 year wasted totally. 2022, he struggled. Did he make it to Indian side? No. 2023, did he make it? No.
2022, he made his debut. 2021, that was against Sri Lanka, the T20 and ODI debut. Yeah.
He was touted as a good, solid red ball player, isn't he? Now, after a lot of good performances for Karnataka, he's made it.
Yeah, he's made a lot of runs.
Iyer has not helped his cause by being injury prone. 1. 2 injuries, 2 major injuries. Second, also the statements that he made, it seems as if, okay, I am caught, I'm just doing it as a favor. It comes out like that. They have told me to do it, isliye main kar raha hu. That is the way it is. I'm doing it without my heart and soul. It is the same Shreyas Iyer who, by the way, in 2017 played an amazing test knock, first class knock in Australia at the Wankhede. That Shreyas Iyer has gone missing.
No, even against Bangladesh, wasn't it? That test match.
Mirpur.
He and Ashwin.
Yep.
Saved that test.
And it took him a lot of time to actually make it to the Indian side. He did well in the IPL for a couple of years. Then he had a great domestic season. Then only he came into the
But that is the case with a lot of Indians. A lot of Indian players.
But anyway, sir, as soon as you get in a Devdutt Padikkal, you're automatically discarding Shreyas Iyer.
But that happens, that happens, no. Now, the thing is that anyone who gets, even someone, let's be honest, even someone like a KL Rahul, who's done well, also got pushed out of the team after some time. That's the nature of it. You cannot keep having. If there are others that step up, move ahead of you, that such is the case. Take Pant, for example. He's come back on the basis of what he had done earlier. I hope he does well and succeeds. But if he does not, he knows there is a Dhruv Jurel sitting there.
Yep.
This is how cricket functions.
A Shikhar Dhawan, after a great start, he fell away. So that's the way it is, my friend.
Okay, anyway, just turning our attention to the topic that we're discussing today. It is the picture that went viral yesterday of a certain Hardik Pandya. What made it really exciting was the red ball in his hands.
Yep.
And he says, at it. Is it happening? Return to Test cricket after a gap of 6 long years. Is it going to happen?
2,202 days later,
Oh, baap re
he
baap.
could come back.
He's counted.
Because
I know 2018 is the last time.
September 2, the 4th test match against England, Southampton. That was the time he played.
2002 days.
2,202 days.
You know, I'll go back to the to July 22 now. So that was the day when Gautam Gambhir gave that press conference, and you, I, and Harshit discussed about it, that why he wasn't a part of the captaincy thing. So I made that point that perhaps they are looking at him more as a red ball all-rounder now, that he's not going to play all the matches, but you're going to keep him for some of the matches here. And I feel that's happening beginning Border Gavaskar Trophy. I feel that is happening.
So you are saying, which is a valid point, but you are saying that they may be using him like a Jasprit Bumrah.
Yes.
What you do with Jasprit Bumrah, he's your all format player.
Yeah.
And if you want to have Hardik as an all format player, you can only do that if you pick and choose a few series and then make him available. That's an interesting thought. Is that what is happening?
It could happen.
Or can I be the party pooper? Or is it basically he was out to practice and say red ball he took it and he started bowling?
I think that's exactly the case.
Maybe that is the case.
Okay, let it.
Okay.
Because today again he has put up a video again, and there he is practicing with the white ball. So if I was to believe, see, firstly yesterday also what I saw, see this video, he's again practicing with the white ball clearly here.
So you are saying basically where he's practicing, this looks like England, doesn't
India.
It is.
This looks like England. So basically what you're saying is that where he's practicing, there is a shortage of ball, right? Not like the luxury you have in India where he practices, there are hundreds of balls available. Now in a small club ground that he may be practicing, there must be only 15-20 balls. And now if to keep bowling, one after the other, तो कभी red ball से डाल दो, कभी white से डाल दो. Is that what is happening?
No, see, again, I don't understand this. I don't know if this was a message from Hardik yesterday or not, because suddenly I anyways don't read too much into the line when it comes to social media. Even when it was for Hardik Pandya and the stories Surya Kumar Yadav, Bumrah put, even if they were for him, I sort of don't believe too much into that, because suddenly when you have the red ball format, you have a Sky putting in reels practicing with the red ball, you have other players putting reels with the practicing with the red ball, and now yesterday he put in this. If I have to believe the story yesterday that it was a message that I'm coming back in red ball cricket, then I have to believe and read into the lines of the story he put in today, that he's practicing with the white ball, and yesterday it was just a story, today it's a full reel. So if I have to study that, then I'd say that this is a message that
for a man who just said he does not read into these social media
now he's
posts,
reading into
he
that.
is actually telling you
He's doing a PhD in the real thing.
He's doing such in-depth analysis that the story is less important than a reel, and if that, I mean, just now you said I don't believe.
No, that's what I'm saying. If
doing a psychoanalysis.
If I have to believe that what happened, what he put out yesterday, then I have to believe what he put out today also.
Okay.
Clearly, that's why I feel then today is even a bigger message that I'm practicing with the white ball today.
So
that's absolutely fine. That to any player, puts out a picture or maybe the video also that, we are getting back to the grind or making sure that, you are gearing up for the next international
But
assignment.
all these speculations of him returning to the red ball cricket are based on one story, right? So then,
at least Shashwat, there is a story and a video for us to base our speculation on something. Unlike you, who based a speculation about Shreyas Iyer mentally not being there without any proof whatsoever. There is no image, there is nothing, no statement. But I think that Shreyas, there is a mental problem. But in Hardik, if there is a ball, he's bowling with red ball and we are saying something, that is speculation.
No, but then
at least there is something to speculate.
What does this reel mean today?
See, I'll say I have a point here. First of all, what I said that I really believe that it could happen from BGT, but for that to happen also, he might have to play a couple of red ball matches before that. Number two, see, in Australian conditions, you would require a number 8 who can obviously, who's probably going to be more of a bowling all-rounder. I don't think that Shardul Thakur is in consideration here, because any which ways he's not a part of the Dulip Trophy also. And probably you're looking at a Harshit Rana there. Maybe, just maybe that you're...
Siddharth, one thing. You don't have to prove to us that he is needed in Test cricket.
Yeah.
That everyone knows.
He is
that India requires him, or India requires a genuine fast bowling all-rounder, that needs no proof. That is established. Answer Shashwat's thing, that how are you basing that he's coming back? That is what
I'll sum it up in one line. We are just reading in between the lines.
So I'm also reading in between the lines.
But you just said you don't.
No, it's just a counter to what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Yesterday's story, I'm saying even if he would not have put the reel today, I would have still said the same thing. Yesterday when I saw that video also, still I would have said the same thing today. But I'm just trying to say that if I was to read in between the lines on the basis of yesterday's video, then we should do it on the thing that is put out today also. It could be a reply.
We are. Can I answer that?
Yeah.
We are reading into the reel is put out today. So what is that telling us? That is your thing. That it is shortage of ball.
No, that is not mine.
Arey Baba, then if he's not interested according to you in playing Test cricket, then why is he holding the red ball? There could only be one reason, that he is interested in only white ball cricket. But now that he's practicing, clearly there would have been less balls. So whatever ball came in his hand, he bowled.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. So
or maybe he wanted to bowl with the red ball just to get a feel of it. Maybe as a player, at times at the end, it could be anything.
Okay, but now when you're saying, what are you basing it on? That if you are reading too much into yesterday's thing with the red ball, then you should read into something in the white ball. So I am reading into it. My point is exactly that. Is what Siddharth has also said, that he will be your all-format cricketer. So someday you will see him bowling with the red ball. Someday you will see him bowling with the white ball. That's what you need out of him. He's not one-dimensional. And just to add to the point, it's not as simple as that we saw him with the red ball in his hand and we all concluded that he's going to be playing red ball cricket. Like you, who did a psychoanalysis of real versus story, we also did some psychoanalysis, which are supporting facts. Why that is? You look at the environment, you look at what is happening. One, as Siddharth said, that maybe this could have been one of the reasons that the captaincy was taken away from him, because they may be using him in all format, which means he may not be available for all white ball or at least T20 cricket. Exactly. That could be one reason. However, I look at it differently as well. Maybe I look at it in a way that maybe the captaincy was taken away from him, which is a fact, which everyone knows. In his mind, he was going to be the next captain. The captaincy was taken away from him. So in his mind, why is it that he was focusing only on white ball? Because he knew that is the direction I have to take, because I'll be a leader. I'm going to take this team forward. Now suddenly he finds himself in a position where he's no more the leader, where that his thing or his team that he would say was going to be his team is no more his team, or he's not the guy to take forward. He says, fine, if that's going to be the case, where there are not going to be too many white ball matches coming up, whatever, I will make myself available in Test cricket. By the way, in previously as well, if you look at his Test cricket, the WTC, when the final was coming, he was asked whether you'll play. Many people misrepresented what he said, that he said, no, it will be unfair that I come in. They said, oh, he doesn't want to play. I don't think that's what he was saying. He was saying, how can I suddenly now be paratrooped and bought into the WTC final while I have not contributed anything to India's journey? Final because it's in, Oval. Yeah, Hardik Pandya, you will come in. He said that will be unfair. Maybe with all that in mind, that. And the third reason, which I think is the most important reason, is the change of coach. And Gautam Gambhir, we have specified earlier also, said, I do not believe that players are specific to formats. I want players to be available for all formats. I do not believe in this workload management in the sense ki, oh, let's keep him only for T20s, let's keep him. The fact that, this is what we discussed, the fact that Surya Kumar Yadav is having a second push towards Test cricket, whether he makes it or not is a different thing. He doesn't get run. The fact that Hardik Pandya is showing that push towards Test cricket, whether he makes it there also, we do not know. I'm just speculating. But I think that this conversation has happened, that see, XYZ, Sky, we may need you in Test cricket going forward. Hardik, we may need you in Test cricket going forward. Please make yourself available in playing red ball cricket. We want to look at you. And I think one of the biggest thing that India is now eyeing is a WTC title.
Yes.
And just as you look at a T20 World Cup title, you start preparing well in advance. Rohit Sharma said no before the T20 that when he saw Pant batting the way he was in the IPL, from that time his mind started ticking that he's being a number 3 batter. Yeah. From that time he had decided Virat and him are going to open. They had to make changes. Whether you win a title is another thing, but you started. I think that plan for a WTC final, because that's the biggest kind of trophy coming up. I know people will say Champions Trophy, but I don't think the Champions Trophy, it's a trophy that India has already won. And it's not as important as a WTC to be winner of a test title. I think they've already faced losses twice.
Yeah.
If they were to lose the third final, which it seems like that they will be playing, if they were to lose the third final, we are not feeling it now, but imagine the repercussions of that. What will happen? Last time India lost the WTC final, there were talks about you should have 3 finals. There were talks about India mein kyun nahi hota. If you remember our own show, which is still on this, in which Harbhajan Singh and Sunil Gavaskar came, they minced no words. They went after the captain in Rohit Sharma. They went after everybody, saying you have actually brought Indian cricket down. I don't think those things are forgotten on people running Indian cricket. Yeah. Right now, if you ask me, Indian cricket will do anything. They'll give their left arm and their leg to be holders of that WTC title, that world title. And if you have to win that, and that is going to be one major thing in Gautam Gambhir's tenure. If I'm Gautam Gambhir today and I'm trying to think, I'm saying, what do I have to do? I need to get my resources together. I'm playing a final in Lords. You're not going to win by playing 3 spinners there. I will need a fast bowling all-rounder. That is why a Shivam Dubey is being pushed in your Duleep Trophy. You're seeing it. That is why Nitish Reddy is being right. Because you're trying to get, because you're not 100% sure Hardik will be there. But I can, even though it's speculative, bet my bottom dollar that a message has gone to Hardik that listen, please make yourself available for red ball cricket. We will need you in the season that is coming up, whether that includes the BGT going on to the WTC final. Make yourself available only for a few test matches, but you're a resource we do not have multiple options with. Today in Indian cricket, you've got a backup for everything, whether you like it or not. There are backup for openers, there are backup for middle order batters, there are backup for wicket-keeper batters, there are backup for spinners. Maybe not the quality of, a Jadeja or a Ashwin, backup for everything. A fast bowling all-rounder you do not have. You need one if you want that WTC title. And I think this is a message that's gone to him. And he's trying to maybe give us all the message. Either we read it or we do not read it.
I'm tempted to agree with Sid on that whether he might feature in the BGT.
Yeah.
But suddenly, has his fitness improved? That's
the point actually.
Now, this is the main concern. See, Hardik Pandya had a back injury which derailed his career, didn't bowl for 3 years. Okay. Even in T20 matches where you are not expected to go full tilt, he suffered injuries. Okay. He's somehow got through the ICC World T20 unscathed. Okay.
No, he was doing rather well in the 50 over World Cup. The injury that he got was in the 50 over World Cup.
That ankle was a freak. It was a freak accident.
So that got nothing. So what I'm saying is, even there he was showing you that he can be a 10 over a day bowler. Without any issue, and he did not. That issue was not back breaking. That could have happened to anybody.
It could have happened to anybody.
To the fittest guy.
But again, for 6 years you have not had the grind of first class cricket. He finished his first class cricket and test cricket in 2018 itself. Mumbai versus Baroda was his last first class game. India versus England, Southampton. December 18th was the last time he had bowled with the red ball or batted in red ball cricket.
Yeah.
If you look at his numbers, I mean, I had a discussion with Sarat Chandra about this Hardik Pandya, but I said, no. You have to look past Hardik Pandya for one simple reason, that if you want to look into the future, you can't go back on a guy who can't play test cricket for the last 6 years because his body is fragile. Let us be very honest about it. As far as skill, temperament, talent is concerned, yes, I will get a Hardik Pandya in. We all had that debate in before the 2023 final that yes, a Hardik will give you balance. That's what all the fans will say. He will give you the balance. He'll give you the number 8. Okay. But his injury. What if you get Hardik Pandya in for BGT, going by your theory, okay? Great. He's given you the balance. India now look impregnable. suffers an injury, out for 3-4 months. You've not just lost Hardik Pandya for the CT, you're then raising questions on whether he'll be available even for WTC. My only concern with Hardik is the injury factor.
But will you not? Okay, but will you not then? For example, that can be a risk that you might take with a Jasprit Bumrah also. No? You're playing him in a Test match versus Bangladesh. The same argument can be if he gets injured now, he won't be available for BJT. But you can't do that, no, Siddharth. You need, as I said, Indian Test cricket right now, at least for the season ahead, from BGT onwards till your WTC. I would want a fast bowling all-rounder.
Yes.
Yeah, if you had one prepared, great. If you don't, I want him. Now, whether that risks his future, that is something that all of us will have to look in the crystal ball and decide. But just because it could, derail his future, I'm not going to let go of the opportunity of using a resource that I have to win that one title that I so desire. The one title that I have been embarrassed. By the way, there were 2 embarrassing losses.
Yeah.
Both left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth. Both were scrutinized to, days and months, whether it was your loss to New Zealand, whether it was a loss to Australia. Now you want to rectify it. Can Indian cricket go through another WTC final loss?
They can't. But then see,
What do you do then?
the same case with Bumrah, missed 2023. We know how it cost us dearly. 2021, he was coming back from an injury but looked very rusty in the WTC final. Of all the matches, he had to look rusty and out of rhythm only in the WTC final. But after that, when he picked up for the 4 tests against England, he was superb, Jasprit Bumrah. Coming back from an injury, and that to see, after BGT, you're not playing any red ball cricket until the WTC final. Which means you are in a catch-22. You need Hardik for the Champions Trophy. You will also need him for WTC, but does he himself have the confidence that I have suffered an injury which almost ended my career? Am I ready for the rigors of Test cricket? Because even in his peak, and let's be very honest, even without Hardik Pandya, Indian Test cricket has done very, very well, be it overseas or at home. Yes, didn't win in South Africa, didn't win in New Zealand, but we won in Australia, drew in England. So, you've also got budding guys, but the problem with them is they are not up there. Like what Hardik's potential has given you. Nitish Reddy, again injury prone, too raw. Shivam Dube is not that X factor like Hardik Pandya. So yes, I do agree with the fact that you need somebody like a Hardik to maintain the balance. So, do we need him in the Test match squad? Absolutely we need him. But will his injury allow him to ensure that, okay, I make that
No, but that's
jump?
like not, doing something for the fear of what might happen. It's like me not playing a football match because if I play, I may get injured. But
What if that
why
injury...
will I not try to derive the pleasure that I get by playing that match?
But-
just because of the fear of injury?
Yes, because see what happened. When you played Hardik, he suffered that freak injury, your balance went for a toss in the World Cup. It went for a toss, and how much time did it take for him to come back? 4 months. You are saying BGT, okay? Okay, I come back for the BGT, but what if I suffer that injury? I may be out even for the CT. Can you afford Hardik Pandya to be out from the CT?
And then
What is more important, CT or WTC?
Why not both?
Oh, why not both? But you have to make themselves available. No, both will not happen in your theory.
So you sort of protect him during the Champions Trophy. That is also.
I'm not saying protect him. I'm saying why are you even protecting him?
You know that...
If you have a resource available, because you're assuming.
See,
and by the way, you can play him
Yeah.
on the matches that you. It's like Jasprit Bumrah, na?
Yeah,
Play him when you need
But
him.
then again, what happens to the whole? I agree with Sidvi sir on one point that Indian cricket has Indian Test red ball cricket in general. It's not like they haven't done well. They have done absolutely well. They've actually made it to 2 finals continuously, and this time also they are all, but they are going to make it to another final. So again, then what suddenly happens to all those things that you were saying during the England series, that players who really want Test cricket? It's not like Indian Test cricket should be dependent on a Hardik Pandya.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
No,
but it's
then
not.
Again, a player cannot be bigger than the game.
Not at all. But if you need a player, he's not bigger than the game. He would be bigger in the game where he says an SOS call has gone to him that we need you in Test cricket, and he says, I couldn't care less.
But why
I'm not
should
a
you
weather.
be? But what everything that the captain said, I remember that press conference where he said, the players who have the hunger in them, only we want to play them. They are the ones we want to play. But then, why do you need to make that call?
Because you do not have a fast bowling all-rounder in the country.
No, but
if
still
you
you're
did,
doing
then,
well now.
Arey, what is well? Reaching final is not accepted. Winning a title is. Have you won a title?
No, but
have you won a title?
But I feel
Please tell me that.
I feel that it's not Hardik Pandya who would suddenly be that magic. He would do that magic.
Arey, that way, I can't even put even any player. No, it cannot be Shreyas Iyer who will win us a series also. No, it cannot be a KL Rahul who. Nobody. A team wins a series. Everyone has to contribute. One person coming in cannot guarantee you that. But if I am the coach, I want, as I said, what we discussed yesterday about should you not have prepared for the series versus Bangladesh? Of course, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, all proven performers. We know when they can get. But I'm saying when you go into something, don't you want to do everything possible within your resource to do well? Wouldn't you want to do? We can do the show with 3 people also. It will not change much. It will be a marginal change if one person misses. But if we can add on to it by another person, why will we not do it?
Exactly.
If a cricketer or a batter can play a game or two of Duleep Trophy or any sort of match, it will not change everything. But if can even give you a 2% advantage or make you 2% better or better prepared for a series, I want to take it. You're talking about international cricket. Similarly, if by Hardik Pandya coming in, it makes your team even 5% more stronger, that's important because at the end of the day, 5% is the difference between winning and losing. But I want to utilize
and I do agree with
all those kind of statements when you were punishing many players.
But for some you will have to. Did you not make exception for Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli? Because you need them, no? Don't you make that exception for Jasprit because you need him. You will have to do that. For things that you will need, you will have to do it. It cannot be like.
See, why is there a push? Why is there a push to get a Hardik Pandya in? You lost 2 finals, not because of skill. You picked the wrong team. Your balance was gone.
Exactly.
Hardik, if
and
he was.
why did you pick the wrong team? Because you were scratching your head to find the balance.
Yes.
A team like New Zealand or a team like Australia did not have to because they have multiple seam bowling all-rounders they can fit in. So they don't have to scratch or all-rounders per se. In India also, you do not struggle because your spinners cover up for it. Those spin bowling all-rounders will cover up for it. It's only when you play abroad will you see the need. I'm sure they've identified that.
See, the unfortunate thing is the WTC final is kind of a lottery because it's a one-off.
Yeah.
And it will come immediately after grueling IPL. So, in that case, team composition is secondary. Adjustment is your primary thing. And in the Sena countries, I'm sorry, decade, if you look at this decade, you only won the first test in the Sena country only thrice.
And if you're so desperate to get in a Hardik Pandya, that will automatically mean that you will sort of build your team around Hardik Pandya. After a IPL, after a Champions Trophy, going into the WTC one-off final, would you be? Is it right to sort of make your team around him when you don't know after so much cricket will he be fit for that test match or not?
So I have a team without a fast bowling all-rounder as of now. If I am getting a fast bowling all-rounder, I'll go. But tomorrow I do not have a team with listen, let me finish. If you do not get a team without a fast bowling all-rounder, I'm back to square one. I will do with it. What is it there for me to lose? There is only for me to gain, nothing to lose. So if I am preparing and it's not going to be around, he doesn't become a central figure. As I just explained, he cannot supersede a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli or Jasprit Bumrah. He's not. I'm not saying that in Hardik Pandya you have found the Superman who is going to come and lift the entire team like Hanumanji lifted the Sanjeevani Bhuti. No, but he's giving me, when I make a team or I'm looking at a team, I'm looking at all advantages. Yeah. It's a gamble. I want to have him prepare and be part of the campaign. If by the final he's fit, available, fantastic. If not, I was anyway going to go without it. I'll go without it.
See, there are 2 points attached to this. Number 1 is obviously you do not have options of fast bowling all-rounders in domestic cricket. That's why, as Nikhil and even Vishy also said that's why you are having Nitish Kumar Reddy and Shivam Dube play that. Secondly, in case of Hardik Pandya, let's just assume that, he makes a comeback for BGT. Now, the point here is not the comeback. You would have to be 200% sure beforehand as to what his workload is going to be. You will have to zero in on the fact that okay, he's not going to bowl
20
more
overs
than
or
the
something,
X number of overs in that particular match, and then you'll have to see each and every day that how his body is actually shaping up, how is actually he's feeling more as an all-rounder. Okay, let's just assume that he bowled around 15 overs in the first innings. Where do we bat him now? How do we give him that much time so that his body recovers to bat, so that he can give his 100% when it comes to being on the pitch? These are the things that will have to be taken into consideration before you make that call, if you basically decide to go that
So that's
route.
basically again that's what I'm trying to say, that again it's not just about specifically about Hardik Pandya. Is anybody that important in a team that you have to, if he comes in he will bowl this? You cannot go in a game thinking that okay, this person cannot bowl more than X number of overs.
Aren't you doing the same thing with Jasprit Bumrah?
No. Going into a game, that's not the case. He will play
Going into a
selected
series.
games. He will play selected games. That's a different thing altogether. But with the Hardik Pandya, what Gulati sir is saying, zero on to the number of overs he would bowl in a day.
Yeah.
That is even more specific. With the Jasprit Bumrah, you're not doing
I don't
that.
think you're understanding what he's saying. He's saying for you to understand how much workload he'll have, you'll have to start playing him leading up to the WTC
Exactly.
final and not directly to WTC final. That's the point.
See, the schedule is punishing.
Also one more point what I was saying here is that it's about obviously managing his workload, but then you say that how can you give him that number one preference, that okay, you'll specifying special things for special players. Do you have any other options? We don't have any other options. That's
It's
the
not
point.
like Indian cricket wasn't moving without him all these years. He's not been
Absolutely,
moving
it
for 6
is
years
moving,
now.
but then you also have to look at one thing into consideration, that just heading into BGT, let's just talk specifically about BGT
No,
here.
forget that.
You do not even
Indian
have
cricket
number
will
8.
move forward without Rohit Sharma,
Exactly.
Virat Kohli
Yeah,
also.
also for
But
that
you
matter,
will make
yeah.
exceptions, no? Moving forward means what? If I have something, why will I not utilize? But
Exactly.
Sports Today will move forward without Siddharth, you, me and Siddharth as well. Na? Somebody else will do it. But maybe they may not be able to do a job as we do, or maybe do better or whatever. If they do better, we'll be moved. But if they think that we can do a better job, you will need that. Na? Everything keeps moving forward. Indian cricket will never stop. But if I have something, if I have a resource, you may like it or not, whatever said and done, the fact is we come from a country where fast bowling all-rounders don't come. You may like Hardik Pandya, you may dislike Hardik Pandya, that's another thing. But he carries with him a skill which is the rarest in our country. We're not a country like England where still they end up producing once in a while in a few years. After, they had a Botham, but the Flintoff came, then a Stokes came or whatever. They keep getting, to an extent, a Curran also does it, and there are multiple, a Vokes can be that, whatever, they get that. We're in a country which we don't get it. So if there is one person who comes, it was a video that I did with Ajay Jadeja, where that thing went viral, where I called him once in a generational cricketer,
Yes.
Hardik Pandya.
He was, because
He is.
He definitely is.
So you
That's
will
not
need
what-
him. Why in our system we do not have that luxury. If we had multiple guys, we had a Mitch Marsh, a Stoinis, and a
Cameron
Pat
Green.
Cummins,
No.
a Cram Green.
But with
So we would do it. We do not have.
But with Hardik Pandya, the thing also is that he's so injury prone. It's not just about physical injuries. It's also about that freak injury that he had. He can have such injuries more often than not, and there are some players.
Kya karoon? I wrap him in cotton wool
No,
and
no.
tell him to stay at home.
No. Then he should be just playing white ball cricket. Test it if in between a game something happens. And then all your
But then you're just saying it happened in white ball cricket. Then I might as well wrap him up in cotton wool and tell him, Hardik, you please be at home only, and please keep putting the stories. We'll keep discussing you on Insta stories and
It's
videos.
about taking
You
a
don't
chance with him, if you want to take that chance, and it could happen.
I don't know about the long-term future, but I think in the short-term future, till this WTC, with a BGT and a WTC, I think it's worth a gamble. You have
Absolutely.
him, please use him.
Yes.
You use him.
See, if the management and even Hardik are fully confident about his fitness, please get him in. Because he will give you the balance. He will give you the thing that maybe others couldn't. A WTC title also, because he has a potential.
Yeah,
Plus his last great performance in a test match came in England.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
That 5-wicket haul that he took in Trent Bridge. Why not?
Can't even recognize him in that picture, yeah?
6
He
years
used to
ago.
be like without beard and all, lah.
Yeah. See, his last test match was forgettable. He had 4-0, 1 for 51 and 0 for 34.
This is oval.
No, this was Southampton.
4 tests, na?
4 tests.
Okay,
We had to chase
two.
We had to chase 245 and then we lost by 60 runs.
That Rahane and Kohli scoring 50s. Yeah.
Rahane was
Moeen
panned.
Ali.
Yeah, Moeen.
Yeah.
Had Ashwin injury.
Yeah.
Moeen took 5 wickets in that game.
Yeah.
So that was the last first class game. But again, look at it. Bowling 7 wickets, 73. Batting in at number 5 or 6. That balance he will definitely give you.
Yeah, he would be that game changer, but I think that it's just too big a risk.
See, the schedule is punishing. You now will be playing, if he plays from BGT onwards, you're looking at 5 tests or 3 tests, plus you're playing 3 ODIs versus England. You may not play all the T20s, plus you're looking at CT, all 14 or 16 games in IPL. Quite a punishing schedule for Hardik.
And then the WTC final.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do we have...
Sawal. Yes, so it will be punishing.
Let's go. What is it? Let's start with Arpit Tiwari. Hey, it's my cousin's birthday today. He daily used to watch your shows and is now trainee IPS.
Wow.
His name is Mayank Mishra. Wish from Sports Today team would be wonderful. Here's wishing Mayank Mishra a very happy birthday. And Mayank, thank you so much that you've been a regular watcher of Sports Today. And might I add, from all of us, apart from the birthday wishes, all the best in your training.
Congratulations, firstly, to getting into the IPS.
Yes, and we'll hope to salute you one day when you're in your uniform.
Exactly. Shubham Garg Shashwat is asking you, considering Shreyas' struggle against short ball, do you think he can succeed in Gaba, Perth? He will be struggling in Australia and South Africa. Short ball. But today in the Dulip, he didn't go to the short ball. Only Buchi Babu he fell to the short ball. Full deliveries have been his trouble in the Dulip Trophy. What do you say, Shashwat?
I feel that full deliveries are also a reason that he's always getting ready for that short ball. He knows that bowlers will sort of attack him there, so that's where they play that bluff.
So it is like a knockout, a 1-2. One, I ping you back to the short ball and then full out.
That's what happened. Even in the World Cup final, that's exactly what happened.
But he's given the reason, he's not mentally there, he's disturbed.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay,
Oops.
yeah, I'll take this comment. Tia Khalifa. If
I didn't want you to take. Okay, whatever.
Don't make it worse.
okay, that's
Siddharth.
something else. Yeah. Okay.
If the phrase jumping the gun.
Siddharth is banned from reading comments from now on. I will read. If the phrase jumping the gun was a YouTube show, it's a good comment though. He's saying that we, in our entire discussion, we've jumped the gun where we are, discussing a career in red ball or a resurgence in red ball for Hardik Pandya, whereas it could just be a random red ball that he picked and he was bowling. Of course, we discussed that right at the start, and that was a possibility. We said, there may have been a shortage of balls in the village ground that he's practicing in, so he just picked up a red ball. But even that feels a bit far-fetched. I think Hardik will have access to whichever ball that he wants to use while bowling in the nets. He could have. The fact that he chose to put that picture, I don't know. I don't think it can be a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence, as we spoke about lots of things that led in the lead up to where we are today. It's also not a coincidence in terms of things that you've started seeing change in Indian cricket. A lot of those things weren't there, where players were asked to play domestic cricket or players were allowed to play certain formats or player being asked to play all formats. So there are things that are happening in Indian cricket. If you keep your ears and eyes open, you will see them. Some are very obvious, some are very subtle. But again, there is no way of saying exactly what happens. But then 99% of the things that happen in, you discuss what happens versus Bangladesh, that's speculative too. That they will beat you, they will, run circles around you. So for all you know that both Virat and Rohit hammer hundreds, win by innings, and finish. By that yardstick, then we might as well not discuss anything till the event happens.
If you want to look at the other side, even Shashwat did a psychoanalysis of the entire thing. So
But
that
who is he
also.
actually practicing with? It's a familiar face.
He's an assistant coach of Gujarat Titans that he's with.
Oh,
He lives in London. Sorry, in England specifically.
हाँ.
okay. Kapil Shamdas is like saying, Nikhil sir, you are amazing.
Thank you, Kapil.
I don't sleep without listening to you guys, even if something old since last 2 years. Please read my Insta message sent long time back.
Kapil done. I will check that out because a lot of time you don't get it. It goes in the spam. But I will take time out. And thank you for being a regular watcher. Really appreciate your comment. And these kind of comments keep us going. I know there are a lot of abuses and hate also that comes our way, but that's fine. To each their own. But if you do enjoy our content or disagree with us, whatever be the case, everyone's entitled to that. But when we come here every day, it keeps us motivated, allows us to, do our job with the best of our abilities. So thank you once again, Kapil, for your comments.
Yeah. You want to take Shubham
Yeah, I'll
Garg's?
take Shubham Garg's comment.
No, he's banned.
He's banned. Okay.
No, please.
Shubham Garg is saying, I'll take it.
Okay,
I'll take it. Hardik Pandya gives you luxury to play Ash. Hardik and Ash can bat at 7 and 8. Whereas without Hardik, you play Jadeja over Ash as you need a solid number 7. So Ash misses.
That's a very interesting point. Very, very good point. Because, both you're right, that both WTC finals you lost because of your team selection. The previous one was like,
Let me not
pair
even
mein
start on
kuladi
that.
type of situation where you did, conditions were there for fast bowlers to play, you ended up playing 2 spinners. So just
2021, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And then the next one, you should have ideally played an Ashwin.
But no,
He was
1 hour of
That
cloud
luxury you
cover.
definitely
And
get.
someone who had been preparing for WTC final for months in
He
advance.
was
Remember?
there only. Yeah, I had gone to play county.
I know, but also that he was planning dismissals. He mentioned, no, he had been thinking how to
Yeah,
bowl. And poor
I
I
know.
didn't play only.
No, that luxury you definitely get with Hardik.
Yeah, correct.
You do.
You're right. No, but the whole dynamics also
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
So you actually then end up picking your best spinner rather than picking the best spin all-rounder.
Yeah.
That completely changes.
It's the same. You love him, you hate him, but you can't ignore him. Hardik.
Yep.
Even though you would not want to make him the central figure in the team.
Who
but
hates him? But
Nobody. I too don't. I too really like him. But as soon as he comes in the team, even if you would not want to make him the central figure, automatically the team will revolve around him.
Yep.
99% of his haters now are his friends.
good point. Shivam
Yeah.
is saying 99% of his haters have become his fans after what he did at the T20 World Cup final.
Absolutely.
He's
And
always been
I
that
like the swag that in Bombay, the city which gave him the most hate,
came out with
came
him.
out with the
No,
trophy.
I love Hardik.
Now he needs more hate.
Okay.
Mr. Shekhar GTN. Morning, gents. No matter how many World Cups India win, no matter the financial might and best infrastructure, what still amazes me is that we only produce 2 genuine World Cup winning pace all-rounders, Kapil Dev and Hardik Pandya.
That's true.
Once in a generational, that's why Hardik Pandya.
You had a few medium pace all-rounders come
Irfan
in
Pathan.
in the middle. Yeah, he was later, he came in as a bowler, but yeah, valid point. Irfan, later you turned him into a
In
a
white ball, it
batter.
was
Top
Robin
order
Singh.
batter.
Robin Singh to an extent, yeah. You had Lakshmi Ratan Shukla who came in the middle,
Yes.
played a few matches. He was a genuinely, medium pacer and could bat.
There was hope
opened as
from
well.
Ritinder Singh Sodhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
There was hope from Venkatesh Iyer too.
there was, but not a really. There was Manoj Prabhakar who did the role of
Yes.
being a fast bowling all rounder. He opened the batting and the bowling on certain occasions, even in test matches. So they were there, but you're right. Nobody really sustained themselves for as long as. To a lot of people, Ajit Agarkar could have been that. I think he really underperformed as a batter. I think he was far more talented as a batter than the numbers suggest. But just sometimes it just wasn't meant to be.
He had a 95 against West Indies at number 3.
Yeah, he got 100 at Lords. So,
I mean, there was also-
Sachin
But
Tendulkar doesn't
they've
have
been
it.
so always.
But I think you remember him for those 5 consecutive ducks
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. But I think he had it in him to be a batter.
For a very brief time, Sanjay Bangar could have been that also.
Correct.
There was Abhishek Nair also. He made his debut in Champions Trophy.
But also, I feel that there are so less people who can actually do that, because I remember that under 19 World Cup, Raj Angad Bawa had a good season and everyone already started seeing him like that. He was picked in the IPL, but then again, never seen.
That's the problem.
A guy from Suman's batch, picked by KKR, that
Nagarkoti.
Kamlesh.
Yeah, but he's not a all
He wasn't a good bat. He was decentish.
Hangarkar also can bat.
No. Yeah, he can just bat.
Huh.
Same with
Rajvardhan
Nagarkoti.
Hangarkar, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Nagarkoti bowler, not a batter.
No, he could bat, but at like 7, 8.
That's
7,
what I
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Decentish bat.
Ganguly, yes. the
Yeah,
original.
Tata.
Venkatesh Iyer, I think, was the closest to the lot because he was quick also and he could bat.
No, it wasn't quick.
He was quick as compared to
120.
the other names you've
Yeah,
taken.
no, the Hardik. the only
Hardik
one.
to you
That's
cannot
why I'm
compare
saying
him
that
with
you are
Hardik.
comparing him
Yeah.
with that.
Hardik with Hardik, you cannot. He clocked.
Shreyas Iyer picked up wicket.
Okay, let's move on. Pushpa
Yeah.
Sanjal is saying Siddharth Hardik could be injured in the very first match. Then what will be your opinion? Which is right. Very first white ball match he plays can be injured. How do you prepare for injury?
That is the thing. See, it is a big risk we are taking, but if the risk we back it up, I think then we'll be successful. That is the
Okay.
way.
Kiran Khatri says, hi gents, don't you think he only wants to return because he wants to throw himself back into the captaincy mix? No, who knows? You're right. And sometimes it takes you also. So while we think that, again, I genuinely feel that it's a call that's gone from the management to him to make himself available to test cricket because they need him. But for him as well, if he's ever felt bit disgruntled or unhappy with the way the captaincy, and he has all the right to be that, this is a way for him to say, okay, fine, I'm going to be playing that as well. I want to be the center of attraction. You can be if you're playing all formats.
Yep.
Shashidharan Salyan is saying, Nikhil sir, why don't we think of having a specialist academy for fast bowling all-rounders on the lines of MRF Pace Academy for fast bowlers when we have that shortage? But can you really...
But wasn't MRF Pace Academy for others also? It was named MRF Pace Academy, but you had spinners and batters also coming later on.
No, yeah, it's a proper cricket academy.
it was
you
like
have
NC
that.
only.
Yeah, but your focus is only on fast bowlers. That's why you had. It also has staying facilities there.
No, but as soon it was sort of like NC only. Then NCA came. NC also started this camp for a year of fast bowlers specifically for fast
No,
bowlers.
it wasn't like NC.
It was first helmed by Dennis Lilly, then now
Yeah.
Glenn McGrath, Ryan Harris.
But
They
even,
were.
fast
even
bowling.
NC also started this one program right in between.
That's
that-
another thing.
yeah.
But MRF Pace Academy always focused on developing even your like all-rounders who've been all-rounders. They for their fast bowling stints have gone to the Pace Academy
Yes.
to hone their
That
skills.
was in
and then
Chennai, right?
is
It
still
is
in
in
Chennai.
Still in Chennai.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, GGK. Nikhil, why are we winning BGT?
We are winning.
Acha, we are winning BGT and WTC anyway. Hardik is not required. Maybe he just ran out of white ball. Oh, I love GGK's confidence. I
he's
hope
in-
that is the case.
Yeah.
We win everything. Why not?
Yep.
Okay.
Sarthak Arya is saying you can't just bubble wrap the guy and use him only for ICC tournaments. They should go with a safe approach and then play him only for overseas tests.
Yeah, which
And
is
that also a safe approach in the not in all the overseas tests. Like you see that which matches you want to play, where he can perform the most. Then rest him also adequately. So that's the thing.
Okay, Shashank Pandey is saying, why is Shashwat obsessed with Shreyas Iyer? He himself doesn't want to play red ball cricket, playing Duleep 2 just for the sake of face saving and avoiding last year's hunt by the BCCI.
I'm just saying that he's just not helping his case at all, and he'll just waste his talent.
Is it fair to say that you are more keen for him to play Test cricket than he himself is keen to play Test cricket?
I think so.
Now, only reason why you want him to play Test cricket is because you see him as a next India captain. na?
Red ball.
Okay. Mr. GTN.
Sidvi, looking at the greatest IPL blunders, does Daredevils dropping Bonnie Vocal for Sunny Gupta in 2012 QF2 stands out? That formidable DT missed the great chance. Oh, don't even get me started.
That's
Green season for Delhi Daredevils.
no brainer. That's not even a debate.
You
I don't know what was the
benched.
thought process.
What thought process? You benched.
Sunny
Chennai,
Gupta,
na?
I've
You're
told
playing
this
in
story
Chennai.
before earlier also.
But-
Wanted a spinner.
No.
That was the thought
No, but
process. That's
Sunny Gupta
outside.
himself did not know that he's going to play ever in that season.
Forget that. I was in Chennai. I was doing the show right outside the stadium with the late great Dean Jones. And the team list came out, and I was like, the show started, then in my ear, it's like, Mone Mokal is not playing. It's like, is he injured? I'm thinking. So we start, must be injured. And who's playing? Sunny Gupta? Not even hurt because he had not played a single match.
No, he did himself.
And Dino is also asking me, Sunny Gupta, oh, is a fast bowler, medium pacer? No, off
That
spinner.
year, did I tell you the story that I was really young at that point, so I used to go to the hotel.
You're still young.
No, at that point I was like 10, 11.
The baby of the family, right?
So I knew where the team used to stay. So I used to go to that hotel to meet the team very often.
I've heard this story.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But
some of them.
Sunny Gupta and Manpreet Juneja at that point were the two players in
Correct. Yes,
Delhi's
yes.
team who were the least likely to play, and they were the ones who used to roam very freely throughout the hotel, and nobody used to recognize them. Nobody went and met them. Being a kid and seeing them in a jersey, I sort of met them, and then they talked to me a lot. They told me how to meet the players, and I used to go very frequently. I used to go whenever there was a home game for Delhi, and I used to know them a lot.
You became friends.
We became sort of friends in that sense, and then cut to this day when
Playing
I
the
saw
final.
that he's playing the qualifier 2 of the IPL. Sunny Gupta.
One injury. See, they suffered a Hardik Pandya moment in 2012. Irfan Pathan's injury had thrown the entire team out of sync. So, what did they do? They wanted 4 foreigners.
Yeah.
But they wanted a batter. But then what do we do with the bowling? So, you bench the purple cap winner, the purple cap holder, and then you get in Sunny Gupta.
And it was
An off spinner
against
from
Chennai
Tamil Nadu.
only. Murli Vijay got a century.
And you give him the first over.
Yeah.
Well done. Delhi
At that time there was
Daredevils.
this thing now that you used to give spinners the first over. They started in that IPL only. If I'm not
No. I mean, see, that was the first year, if I'm not mistaken, where the new playoff format was tested.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that was there.
But that you spinner being handed over the first over, that happened way back in 2009.
I'm
Kumble
saying
versus
it became a trend.
Deccan.
later.
Yeah.
11.
Very much.
Ash and
Yeah, Ashan.
Okay.
There was a comment that I wanted to take. I think, Shivam, you'll have to scroll up. Can't remember.
Sarat Chandra, I
No,
think.
freaking awesome. If the management wants Hardik to play tests, better rest him in T20 internationals for now. Make him play ODIs until Champions Trophy and tests until WTC finals. See, any which ways, you are not playing those many T20s also. 3 versus Bangladesh, 4 versus South Africa,
5 versus England.
and 5
12.
versus England. Yeah. So yeah, maybe he could be rested for that T20 series against England. But then more cricket means
Who's
more.
who's your captain? If you can't rest your senior, all your seniors are gone.
No, T20, we are talking about Hardik Pandya. Na? T20, so your Surya is the captain.
But then even with Surya, there is injury concerns now.
No,
Are you going to go back?
in the Shubman, na?
Shubman.
Anyways, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, we're going to take last couple of questions. Sarat Chandra is saying, Shashwat, don't compare every player to Shreyas. All are not like him. Okay, Vaibhav Tarangi is saying, are we winning all the 5 home tests before BGT? Predictions, everyone?
Yes.
All 5. I am not sure all 5.
Yeah, about all 5 I'm not.
Although the weather in Kanpur is not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
4-0.
4, yeah, 4.
Okay, King D, how long will Ashwin and Jadeja play?
Yep.
I am not allowing you to read. I have read the question, answer it.
How
2025 WTC or the England series, that's it. Both of them play.
England series, so I also see them play
That's it.
after the WT.
Next 3 years at least. 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That is it. Any more questions that we took?
Stuart Binny, guys.
As far as
All-rounder.
pace
Yeah,
bowling, all
yeah.
oh,
That's
6 for 4.
in Bangladesh.
Yep. Defended 105 here.
And has a 90 odd in England test matches.
90 or 78?
78.
78, yeah.
Priyanshu is saying, completely agree with Nick sir. India at this point wants to win WTC at any cost. Even Dravid said to Virat, one
Red tick.
left. We might see even Hardik. India would do anything this time to win that. Okay. Final comment, Madhav. Madhav is thanking us for being a bright platform with some good, interesting subjects, but he's saying sometimes your main topic can be on other sports as well.
Yes.
We can, Madhav, thank you for your comment. We do other sports, but it's the apathy of the viewers. When we've discussed other sports, we've seen there has been a big dip in our viewership, which is unfortunate. We try to discuss a lot of other things. but majority just seem to, even when cricket is not happening, would like to hear cricket.
Yeah.
So if there were enough takers for more timely topics and other sports, then it would, even if we didn't want to, it would force us to discuss other subjects. So force us to do that. We anyway genuinely want to discuss all other sports, all other topics, but give us a reason to do that.
Yep.
But thank you for your comment.
And Dugout is at 6:15, not 7.
At 6:15. Good point.
Exactly.
On that note, anything else you want to say?
The beard you need to.
Okay. Anything else? So say loudly now.
No, that you need to get rid of that beard.
Okay.
That was the first comment on our chat, in fact, today.
Okay.
You don't want to say anything else?
No.
You don't want to tell them to subscribe?
Yeah. Please subscribe and take us to the 1 million mark soon.
Yeah.
That's the next goal.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, 600, 700. So we'll.
Those
the
are
stepping stones.
Yes. Absolutely.
Should we, sir?
Okay. So thank you so much, folks. Subscribe, as you say, like, share all the work that we do, and good night, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, Vanakkam, Nandri. Stay safe. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
Bye bye.